Hello and welcome to Greece for round 3 of the 2014 FIA European Rally Championship. It's the legendary Acropolis Rally, the rally of the gods, based in Loutraki on the Gulf of Corinth. And this spectacular scenery has played host to some of the world's great rally drivers in the event's 60-year history. Well, Robert Kubica is the championship leader. He is not present here. Esa-Pekka Lappi of Finland, tied with him on points then, takes over that spot ahead of Vasily Gryadzin, the Russian, who is hot on his heels.
Look at the amazing scenery. We're standing on a bridge, in the middle of a bridge on the Canal of Corinth, with Vasily Gryadzin, second in the driver standings in the European Championship. Vasily, what's your feeling standing here?
I feel a little bit afraid because there is very high and it's not so comfortable for me.
Of course, you're here for the Acropolis Rally 2014 edition. What's your opinion on the rally?
The rally is very good, and there is very good that it's in the first day it's tarmac, and on the second day it's gravel. The tarmac roads here is very good. It's quite wide, and the gravel roads is very good. I very like it. Sometimes it's narrow, sometimes it's wide, and a lot of corners.
Well, over its 60-year history, the Acropolis Rally, always based around the Gulf of Corinth in Greece, has had a reputation as the ultimate car breaker of all events. It's 65 kilometres west of Athens, just outside the city of Corinth and its massive canal. Well, last it was a European Rally Championship round back in 1968, when the Mark I Ford Escort would have been the new kid on the block and the weapon of choice. Which is going to win this year? Well, the new weapon of choice, certainly for Craig Breen, is the R5 version of Peugeot's 208 T16. He and teammate Kevin Abring are both mounted in the new cars. Dutchman Abring says it's important for us to really get some data for the whole team here. This rally's vital. We can check the car on tarmac on day 1 and on gravel, which will be day 2. The flying Finn, Esa-Pekka Lappi, tops the championship point standings after winning last time out in Latvia.
For me, first time here, so the tarmac seems to be quite slippery, and also the gravel is okay. It's more or less okay, but it will be rough for the second loop, so it will be a challenging weekend for sure.
It's very early in the season, so it's not as hot and dusty as it might have been. This is Russian youngster Vasily Gryadzin. He competes with a Latvian license, and he worries that the tarmac stages will be just too quick for his Ford Focus S2000 to compete with the newer RRC and R5 cars. Poland's Kaitanovic is another rookie on the Acropolis. Kaito retired after a crash in Austria. He finished 4th in Latvia. And Brian Bouffier in his Citroën D3 RRC. DS3 is likely to be one of the favourites. And this event marks the return of Bruno Magalhães, the former Portuguese champion. He's in for 6 rounds of the European Rally Championship. Well, Kevin Abring starts well on the first stage, just 3.27 kilometres. He goes fastest through the qualifier, and he is first to choose his position for leg 1.
I'm very surprised. I mean, new car, new team, new co-driver, new pace notes, everything new. But I'm so happy to be back. I mean, it's been 2 years since I drove a proper four-wheel drive car on tarmac.
Ireland's Craig Breen, his teammate for the week, is second fastest through the qualifying stage, just 6/10 behind teammate Abring. So it's an impressive start for the new Peugeot. Joint championship leader Esa-Pekka Lappi, third fastest, messed up the start a little, cost himself time that he was never able to make back in such a short tarmac test. 0.7 seconds behind Abring, 0.1 then behind Breen. And Kaitan Kotanovic of Poland, the 4-time Polish national champion, 4th quickest through the stage. And of course, this helps decide who gets to go where on the road, because it decides the order in which they choose. Brian Bouffier, 6th quickest. He gets to terms with his DS3 RRC Citroën, 1.2 seconds off the pace. So Abring choosing his starting position, and he goes for start number 3 on the road for the first of the 2 days of Rally Acropolis. Craig Breen, well, he's not going to go earlier in the order. He chooses start draw number 4. Points leader Lappi going for 5th on the road. Katanovic looking for 10th. He'll end up choosing 6th, and Brian Bouffier chooses to start 7th. And the ceremonial start in the evening on the bridge, 80 metres above the stunning Corinth Canal. Let's hope they all leave the ramp in a straightforward manner. So the Acropolis rally then, 2 days. Day 1, 6 stages in total, all on tarmac, and this is unusual formatting for the Acropolis. 2 loops of 3 tests on day 1. It's dry, but it's a little breezy and not as bright and sunny as the Acropolis habitually is, but then it is only March, so a little bit cloudy, but nevertheless a chance for the drivers to really get their teeth into them. Longest stage is Ayanori. It's a 23.6 kilometre test. And after service, they will go in the afternoon and do the same 3 stages for a second run. So first stage, Ios Llanos, St John's, 21 kilometres, 9:30 start, road is dry.
Early slight left click. Early slight left click. 60, right apple.
So new car, new co-driver, learning the tyres, learning the stages. Kevin Abbring 3rd on the road. And he has a little problem inside the car. He goes 3rd quickest.
I think after 3K in the stage, my display fell down. So I didn't see the gears and also not the shift light. So sometimes I was way too early in 5th gear, and but anyway, that's part of the new car. And for the rest, I must say I'm quite happy with the car, but the back is sliding a lot.
Well, teammate Craig Breen was 4th on the road, so right behind Abbring. He set a 10-minute 31.3 time, 5 seconds slower than his teammate, but he reports the same issues, the Peugeot moving around a lot at the tail. However, he thinks he might know the reason for it.
Quite tricky. The car was moving a lot in the rear. It's the first time I'm driving with 2 spares, so I had a bit of a moment over the finish line, but just trying to get a feeling, but I'm quite happy.
So he thinks maybe the extra spare tyre in the back is just affecting the balance. Esa-Pekka Lappi, 5th on the road, and coming from the gravel of Finland, he is not yet quite as fluent as he would like to be on these tarmac stages. For almost everybody in this international European Championship field, this is new territory. Also around to the Greek Championship, and that's where the local knowledge lies.
Okay, it's not a good time, but it wasn't a perfect drive, but still it was more or less okay.
Lost 13.4 seconds in the stage. Brian Bouffier starting behind him, 7th on the road. And as each car goes through the stage, clearing away more of the surface dust, that means the tar is getting a little cleaner, maybe a little grippier, maybe a little faster. Less oversteer there for sure. Abbring still fastest though, Bouffier 0.8 faster at the end of the stage. Great start, always nice to start a rally with the fastest time. I think that's the same for everybody. The stage a little bit slippery, a lot of blind corners. Not easy on a first stage like that to find a rhythm for the event. So Brian Bouffier by 0.8 of a second ahead of Kevin Abbring. Kai Katanovic in 3rd place. Sepp Wiegand in his Skoda Fabia in 4th ahead of Craig Breen. Lappi, the championship leaders, Fabia in 6th place, did not have a good stage at all. Well, stay with us, lots more day 1 action to come as we return to the Acropolis right after this. Day one of the Acropolis Rally, round 3 of the European Rally Championship. We're in the Gulf of Corinth in Greece, heading to the second stage of the event. Day 1, all tarmac. Day 2, all gravel. And so far, it's Brian Bouffier, the Frenchman in his Citroën, who leads. It's a fast and flowing stage, the longest of the day, 23.6 kilometres. Sepp Wiegand, second man on the road, big moment. He's 4th overall after stage 1, comes out of this one in one piece, 5th quickest.
Not good, because in the beginning it was nice, but then I went off. We got out of the road and stuck a little bit in the ditch, so we lost a lot of time, and after I lose my confidence to feel the grip. I was braking normal brake point like before, but it was like ice. I was sliding a lot. I went off, so I lose the confidence and for sure time.
Poland's Kajtan Kajtanovic, 6th man on the road, 3rd overall after stage 1. And in what is habitually a dry event, Kajtanovic hits standing water and skates right off the road. Avoids major damage, but loses time backing up, getting going again. He comes 4th quickest, remains 3rd overall. Kaito says we had to reverse, lost about 12 seconds. Some standing water wasn't supposed to be there, it wasn't raining. Oh, you know, we'll go on to the next stage.
Slight left, very fast.
Kevin Abring, second fastest in stage 1, chasing Brian Bouffier for the lead. The Dutchman with this brand new R5 version of the Peugeot 208 T16. Admitted to being just a little cautious towards the end of the stage.
100.
Maybe the helicopter was putting him off. Everybody's been cutting the corners, leaving a lot of gravel out there as well. Too easy in this brand new car to make a mistake. What about Brian Bouffier? Well, Abring's time, 11 minutes, 26.4 seconds for the stage. Bouffier with a 0.8 of a second lead after stage 1. 4 kilometres before the end of the stage, he hits a rock in the road. I had no idea it was going to be there. He gets to the end of the stage, but has picked up a right front puncture, and that costs him time. He'll drop to 4th place overall, 17.1 seconds behind the new leader. Had a puncture about 4 kilometres before the end of the stage. Hit a stone. Guess we didn't see that in the recce. Immediately